Hi, I'm Margie Thesson with Franklin on Foot. We offer guided walking tours of historic Franklin. I've done tours for over 20 years, started doing school tours for field trips and now offer them to the public. We have lots of different tours and I love it because there's so much history here. It's so interesting. So today we're going to talk about the building on the corner that has this wonderful shoe store, Boutique MMM. But at one time, this was actually the ticket office for a train that came through Franklin. The train is not on the tracks that still exist today a couple of blocks from here, but they came from Nashville to Franklin, circled the square, or the circle, and ended up back in Nashville many, many times a day. It came and went. So here is the sign. It's called the Nashville Franklin Interurban. It hooked into the Nashville streetcar system. Every major city had a streetcar, and even some smaller ones. Franklin had this little one. Of course, this was really just for commuters and shoppers, and one of the things that they did, it was easy to get people to go from Franklin to Nashville, but why is somebody from Nashville going to come out to Franklin? They started promoting that you should come out to see the battlefield of Franklin. So even back in the early days, back in 1907, when it started, they were promoting the Battle of Franklin and the battlefield for tourists. So this was the first day. And one of the things, this train was an electric train. But I've been told by a train guy on a tour that this is not an electric train, that this is a regular old train, I guess coal, I suppose. It ran on coal. And I said, but I know it was an electric train. He said, well, it may have been, maybe they just didn't have the cars yet. And sure enough, I looked and found this picture, and you can see the difference. This looks more like a streetcar, like what you would expect to see, and this is more like a regular train that's interstate, you know, like the Louisville, Nashville, and Decatur train. So this was car number 3. We have photos of it in Nashville with Franklin as the destination. And then this picture shows the square with the wires. So these are the wires that were strung overhead, you know, the way electric streetcars used to work, and still do in some places. You still see that, especially in Europe. You'll see that there. So the streetcar was very successful. It ran until the 1940s, and then they switched to buses and took the tracks up. And what a shame, because now everybody's talking about getting that kind of transit to alleviate some of the congestion and traffic, but unfortunately those tracks are long gone.